What is up, everybody? This is your man Thor Gunderson. I got my crew back from WonderCon, and today we're going to be talking about should they recast Leia in episode 9. You know, since we lost Carrie Fisher, she's part of the story. They had planned on it, so we're gonna talk to our panel. We got a guest today here, and let me introduce everybody. First, I want to introduce our guest. We got Connor from Heroes and Villains Gallery in New York. Connor, how you doing today, bro?
Going? Good, man. Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. And then, of course, we got the usual suspects. We got our man Jedi Chris JC. How you feeling today, brother?
Alive and well, survived WonderCon, ready for our next adventure. Hello.
And of course, we got our man, our resident bounty hunter. We got the Paradox.
That's not a bounty hunter. What's that?
I know you can't be bringing on Infinity Stones to Tatooine, man.
I have to be different. I keep using my lightsaber all the time, so I was like, all right, let me try something else.
It's all good. So, hope everybody's doing well. Let's talk. This is a tough subject today, man. So we're gonna get to it. So again, we're talking about should they recast Princess Leia? Unfortunately, you know, the untimely death of Carrie Fisher, you know, left the void in all Star Wars fans and all people around the world, you know, when we're passing. So, but now, you know, we have another Star Wars episode coming out, and Princess Leia was part of the story. So now what they're thinking about doing is they're thinking about recasting. It's been thrown around Meryl Streep might be the actress to replace her, and we're thinking, should they do it? They said they're not going to use, you know, special effects to recreate her. So, Jedi Chris, start with you, man. What do you think? Should they recast Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, in the next episode?
Well, that's a pretty tough call. I mean, Meryl Streep, she's a phenomenal actor, and I mean, she's definitely got that regalness that you know, definitely would be Alderanian, so to speak. But I don't know. I mean, we grew up with Carrie Fisher being Princess Leia, so to have a new face in there, I think would throw it off. It's not like we're watching Doctor Who, where every time you die, you morph into something else. So could she do it? Possibly, but I think we're probably the safer sewing all the movies together. They're better off doing CGI or using some old footage and morphing it, in my opinion. That's a scary topic. So I would rather them just stick with what we all know as opposed to trying to recast somebody else. What do you think there, Paradox?
Hell no. Hell effing no. No. What? We in our minds we have how Princess Leia should look. I mean, Meryl Streep is an awesome actress, but to completely replace Carrie Fisher and try to pretend that Meryl Streep is Princess Leia, no, I'm sorry, just not going to be working for me. And if anything, I know CGI, they did that with Rogue One with at the end with the Princess Leia, and to be honest, that could look kind of weird. And sorry, my phone's going off. But basically, if anything, in my opinion, I think they should just kind of like leave it be, deal with the situation, and just kind of like basically, I don't know, write her off. You know, maybe fast forward 10 years in the next episode. You know, kind of give her like, okay, you know, Princess Leia was killed in action. I don't know, or something. You know, if you guys if they could come up with some good storyline for her, but I don't know, recasting her with another actress is not going well for me. So, and I feel that that's another Kathleen Kennedy move. And I just, no, sorry, not my princess. What do you think, Connor?
I'm really back and forth between you and Chris. Meryl Streep is a fantastic actress. I love her. But there's just no replacing Carrie Fisher. There really isn't. And how you said kind of just like write off Carrie Fisher. I feel like if episode 9 started and you saw a ship that she took off in blow up, I mean, that would explain why she's not there. But also it kind of, I feel like Carrie Fisher deserves more of a send-off than that. It's really hard. I love Meryl Streep, but I just don't think you can replace Carrie Fisher, no matter how hard you try. CGI or not, I just don't think so.
Yeah, this is a very tough subject to me. I thought about it for a long time. First of all, I know, you know, most of us hardcore Star Wars fans, we wouldn't accept this too easily. But then you think about what would the story be? Because it's obviously she was part of the plan going forward. So it looks to me she was there. Maybe she was going to help train Rey, maybe, or something like that. But still, it would be very difficult to see someone else playing Princess Leia. I mean, but the thing is, that's life. She passed away. It's not like she's still here and they trying to, they got rid of her and replaced her with somebody else. So that's the part that makes it hard. Should they replace it? Ultimately, I think they shouldn't. And I think they should do like a time jump, and you saw a broom boy at the end, and maybe Rey's got her little crew that she's trained already to deal with the Knights of Ren. I think that would be the safest bet. I just don't think they should. At first I kind of went back and forth. There was some points I thought maybe they could, but it just wouldn't be the same. It just wouldn't. That's like somebody else playing Luke, somebody else playing Han Solo, and definitely I couldn't see anybody else. Anybody else but James Earl Jones doing the voice of Vader. I'd be ready to burn the Magic Kingdom down. So that's how I said it to myself. I did my favorite character. I said, say if I don't know, whoever did his voice, it just wouldn't be the same. It just wouldn't be the same. So I gotta say no. No.
Actually, I don't know if you guys watched the second Independence Day. I know it's a crappy ass movie, but I know they kind of like killed off Will Smith. If you looked at the beginning, they kind of said that, because it's Will Smith's son that took the mantle, and they were, because Will Smith couldn't do the movie for whatever reason, so they were like, oh, okay, Will Smith got killed in training the new like pilots and blah blah blah. So they kind of wrote him off, but. It's one of those things like you kind of have like, okay, like still kind of part of the universe. They didn't replace him with some CGI or they didn't recast them with another actor. I just feel like they should really do that with Princess Leia. You're already doing her honor by, with the last movie, she did an awesome acting job in that movie. Granted, minus the that scene, everyone keeps talking about when she got
Superman scene.
Yeah. So, but besides that, she did an awesome acting job. But yeah, just my opinion, and I don't know if anyone else could chime in.
No, I think what Connor was saying. Having a bigger ending or like the hero's death. Maybe that's something that they can consider, or what you just said with the sequel to Independence Day, where now we're in the future and by the way, this is what happened, and let your imagination kind of drive as opposed to seeing it on the screen. But that's kind of the more I'm listening to you guys speak, I'm thinking, that's probably a better way of doing it as opposed to just saying flat out no. Let's find a better way or creative, theatrical way to give her a proper ending that would be respectable and hero-like.
Yeah.
I was thinking. Oh, I don't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. I was thinking about what they did with Grand Moff Tarkin, because usually I think CGI should stay away from it. But then seeing Rogue One Grand Moff Tarkin, I think that guy, the CGI, everything was amazing. But can you reproduce it with Meryl Streep and Leia? And would you CGI over Meryl Streep? Would you keep her? It's so difficult to think about.
Yeah. I agree with you, actually, Connor, because the fact that they did such an awesome job with Grand Moff Tarkin and CGI. What scares me is when they try to CGI Princess Leia. She didn't look like Princess Leia, so that's why I'm like kind of skeptical. If they do a better job in the CGI and it looks 98% like Princess Leia now, then I'll be okay with it. But if it's not, doesn't even come close, then don't even do it. I guess let them try, but we'll see what happens.
But the thing about it is with Moff Tarkin, they got computers, they can reimpose how people look. He sounded like him too.
Yeah, he did.
Like the mannerisms. I was like, dude, when he came on, I was, oh my God. And I was trying to explain to my wife, this man been dead for 30 years. He's like, I said, that man is dead. Okay. You know what I mean? And it was amazing. It was amazing how they did that. So, if they could do it with him, they could do it with her. You know what I mean? And the voice, everything. It's just stuff that, it's not just in Star Wars. They did it in what was it? The Winter Soldier. They made what's the name? Henry Pym made him younger and everything. Yeah, so I mean, it's been done before. You know, the technology is out there, and she doesn't have to be part of the whole movie. Like you said, give her a nice send off. Ray, my work is done. Now I'm going off into the sunset. You know, me and Chewie are gonna go buy some beachfront property. Okay, hang out. So,
well, they did that. They did that with Paul Walker in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
But you could kind of tell it wasn't him. You know?
Yeah, I think it was his brother.
It was his brother.
Yeah, it was his brother. But you know, it has to be on it, or else for it to work. And I don't know. Well, I have faith. And actually, from what I heard, Disney has digital like CGI for every like major character in their library of CGI characters, which is crazy.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how that works.
It doesn't surprise me with Disney.
Yeah. I don't know. Walt Disney might come out of nowhere. I don't know. We'll see.
He's probably frozen somewhere with Ted Williams, and he'll show up.
I mean, if they're still having Tupac concerts, anything is possible.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Not kidding.
That's awesome. Good point, Connor. That's a really good point.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had their chance. You know, I mean, even though they didn't know she was going to pass, but you know, with the Super Leia thing, you know, when I saw it, I thought that was it. You know,
Yeah.
And they, you know, but you kind of said, I don't want her to die, but I didn't want her to start flying. And something I watched, they were saying it was on Rebels, and oh my God, one of the characters either they flew in space, they're using the Force or whatever, and they say they do stuff in like Rogue One, then they'll do it on Rebels, then they'll do it in the episodes. So apparently they try to spread it out and saying it isn't just Leia who's flying, but you know, Kanan was the one that flew. I drew a blank, and so you know, they try to spread it out and you know, show it it's not just Leia out here using the Force to fly. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that wraps one episode up, and tomorrow we're going to discuss Han Solo. Denny's did a promo, and they got pictures out, and then there's a word out here that if Solo does well, that they got a plan for 3 more, but if it doesn't, Kathleen Kennedy might be. So are we happy about that? Do we want it to bomb, or do we want a really good movie? So we'll catch you tomorrow. Everybody, been a good show.
Thank you, guys. I love Denny's.
Watching. I love Denny.
Yeah, who doesn't love Denny, man? Denny's a great place.
See you next time, man.
Everybody, guys. Thanks for watching, everyone. Connor, thanks for joining us, man.
I love
Thank you.